Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Little mental break, I think, for a lot of us. Welcome to Talking Through the Medias, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're enjoying what you watch, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to drop any questions or comments you got for us because we want to hear them. I'm Amy Newman, and joining me today is the patriotic Chris Fagan.
Oh, she did it again. Always coming up with something clever, and then I have to be extra nice to her once again. Congratulations. You honor me every day, guys. Thank you for joining us here. Like Amy said, we're gonna take hopefully a little mental break from what's going on in the world. There's a little thing happening, a lot of things. But we're not gonna talk about most of those things here on the show. We decided
maybe we just put like a hard ban on the E word for the next like hour. Just really
entertainment.
It's important. Yeah, we won't talk about entertainment. This shit's gonna suck. It's important by all means. I don't begrudge anyone caring or tuning in right now. I've just been doing it a lot lately, and I'm excited to be here and just turn that side of my brain off for 20 seconds. You know what I mean?
You promised that you would fire on at least a cylinder and a half today. So
what I got.
That's a promise that you're definitely gonna keep, guys. Look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through a couple of topics. We're gonna talk about a few things from our viewers, our members, and our followers who sent some comments in, and just have a good time. So if you want to participate, you can always send a super chat. You can always add us at T3Medias.com on our social media, and you can also email us. Go to T3Medias.com/contact, or just email us directly, mail@T3Medias.com. You can find us anytime after the show. If you don't have time to listen to us and look at this beautiful punchable face of mine, check us out on podcasts on iTunes or on SoundCloud. You can listen to our show every week right after it uploads for everyone on the YouTube. So a little change, few things are gonna change right now. I'm gonna talk about just real quick, as fast as I can. I know I'm long-winded, but I'm gonna try to go as fast as possible. So I posted on the blog recently. I don't know if you subscribe to the blog, Amy, at all. I don't know if you've seen any of that, but we have a blog, and I posted all the changes that are coming up for the show. It's really just the same stuff.
I can't believe you're gonna like read me for not following the blog. Like, I work here, Chris.
I mean, but do you might work here?
Do I don't know. Maybe not. Jesus.
You do work here. You are.
I'm sorry. I'm combative. Apparently, I have not slept well for a couple nights.
You are the cornerstone of the. But do you subscribe to the blog?
I didn't know.
That was something on what was that show? How I Met Your Mother. You still haven't subscribed to my blog? He always talking about his damn blog. But speaking of the blog, so the show every week, as you guys know, we shoot this show every Wednesday, and what we also do after the show is we record the We Got Your Mail and We Got Your Vote that we post on the weekends. From now on, we're going to stream it all together. I feel like it's going to save time. We're going to test this out today, so maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. But we're going to do what's known as a shooting star stream. I've talked about that before. But what is a shooting star stream? If you don't know,
what is a shooting star stream?
I'm glad
sorry,
you asked.
I thought you wanted.
Yes, exact. Thank you for setting that up. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got you.
For the shooting star stream, what you're going to do is you're going to watch us record the whole thing live, as we do every week. You're going to watch the main show where we go through the three topics, then the We Got Your Mail and the We Got Your Vote, and some extra stuff that we might put out just for our members, right? For the After Dark stuff, the Talking Through the Medias After Dark. I got to say it like that because it's so serious. But if you are not a member of the YouTube channel, then you will probably not. If you don't catch it live, you won't be able to see the extra stuff, the After Dark stuff. You can only catch that if you're a member. The We Got Your Mail, We Got Your Vote stuff will still be segmentized, and if is that a word? Did I say that right? Segmentized. Segmented. For the weekend, and as
I thought you were trying to say stigmatized for a minute.
Right?
Like, yeah, probably.
Victor Bradshaw says, just call her Amazing Amy. Amazing Amy. There you go.
That just makes me think of in Gone Girl. Sorry, my brain turned off as I started that sentence. In Gone Girl, the Amy, the like girlfriend, had like a children's book based on her as a child, and she was Amazing Amy. And someone actually once gave me the Amazing Amy.
Maybe that was the reference he was going for.
I hope it was, because that would be. Is it? I don't know.
But everything is business. Like I said, it's business. Everything is business as usual. But if you are not a member, and you should be, I hope you, because it helps support the channel. But if you catch it live, you can catch everything that we talk about live. But if you miss the live stream, then you can only catch it as a member, because once the live portion is gone, that's it. It's gonna be chopped up, and it's gonna be separated, segmentized throughout where it's supposed to go. So that's basically it. Everything else stays the same, except your patrons will no longer. I won't mimic what you get as a member on Patreon. From now on, patrons will just be for flat fees for like sponsors and things like that. So if you want to support the channel as a member, then you can only do that right here on the YouTube channel. And pretty soon we're going to transition to Streamlabs, where I'll be, because I'm streaming through OBS right now. For those of you who knows what that is, I'm going to start streaming the show through Streamlabs OBS, and I'm going to incorporate like widgets and fun alerts. So things like if you get if a certain tip comes in, then maybe a notification will pop up on the screen, stuff like that, little technical stuff like that. But you'll see as it goes along. But without further ado, let's go into the actual beginning of the show. The 3 topics of the day that we like to go through. And Amy, you had something fun. I've been waiting to get this on the way. So let's talk about what the heck you did in October, if you don't mind.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm a topic. I've never been a topic before.
You are the topic.
Breaking Amy news. So for Halloween, because I'm a big Halloween person, and nothing was open this year, and it was a real bummer. So I did something I've always wanted to do and never had the time to do until I was locked in my house constantly. And I watched 31 Halloween movies in 31 days, and I made a list, and I also did it as an Inktober, and I can't draw. If you go to my Instagram at amy.n.newman, I have better photos of all these.
See, hold that up again, like right there. There we go. We got it full screen now. Look at all that great artwork.
It's magic.
And what is it that we're
Some are better than others. Some of the drawings. I tried to draw a goat. It didn't go well. And we watched The Addams Family, and I was like, I'm gonna draw, what's his name? Thing? Like the hand? And I was like, I'm gonna draw that. And my boyfriend was like, legitimate artists who have trained for years can't draw a hand. And I was like, I can definitely do it though. And my hand is so fucking scary.
There you go.
Sorry.
You crushed it. There you go. That's awesome.
Terrifying.
So there's a little there's a picture of each movie, like that symbolizes every movie.
Like I tried to pick sort of an iconic symbol for each movie.
Yeah. So for those of you that's listening on the podcast, yeah, Amy's got is that just like a regular like loosely piece of, what's that, paper?
Well, I didn't think it was gonna be like a thing, so I just like got a piece of like notebook paper and wrote like
paper, yeah,
movies we watched, and then we watched Alien for the first one. And of course, when I wrote Alien on the list, because I'm kind of a tactile person. I like having physical copies of stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to keep like an actual physical list rather than like do it on my phone. So I wrote Alien, and then I was like, oh, I got to draw the little like that guy, the little chest burster. And then
that popped out of his chest.
Yeah. So I drew that guy. And then it just turned into like, well, what if I just did that for every movie? Just did a little drawing. So it was my first 31 Halloween movie, October, and it was my first Inktober. So
there you go. So
namaste.
Out of the 31 movies that you saw okay, so you saw a film every day. What's your top 10? You don't have to run down the whole list, but if you're like your favorite, like your top 5, like from the list that you enjoyed.
Okay.
Here we go. Pressure.
Okay. I'm gonna have to really take this
seriously. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. I guess I feel like I have to pick things I haven't seen, right?
Well, I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna go with things I haven't seen, but because a couple of them I did rewatches. We're gonna go top 5. We're gonna go Us, Jordan Peele's Us.
That was your first time seeing Us?
Yes.
Okay.
Traumatized me. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was like, Us isn't even that scary. And I like texted him. I was like drunk, like texting him, like, why did you tell me it wasn't scary? I'm 10 minutes in and I'm so scared. It scared me. And then, we watched Us and I was like, I had some weird dreams last night. I need to like
singing.
Not I had some weird dreams and I don't want to put any more like upsetting imagery in my head.
Uh-huh.
So the next night we watched Midsummer.
Ooh. I still never seen that movie.
Oh, it's a trip. I recommend it. It's very
sounds
good.
Just like a summer vacation type of movie.
Not at all. It is upsetting. So, but I would put it on there. It was very well done.
Okay.
We're gonna go
number 3 on the list.
Number 3. This is in no particular order. I really dug. Okay, this is just like my personal seller of like I just want everyone to watch this movie now. Blood Diner, which is on Hulu.
You mentioned
Blood
Diner.
It's so good. It's like this 80s. It's like a bad horror movie, but they just did this wonderful like. We do not have like the budget or the resources or the script to like make the movie we want. So let's just make this crazy town. Right. Speaking of crazy town, House, which is a Japanese movie, which is the most insane thing I watched, was also really interesting. A piano eats a girl. It's wild. We're gonna
the
throw.
House that you're talking about. It wasn't the same house movie that I was thinking.
No. We are going to throw. Probably Blair Witch Project on there. Okay. Because I'd never seen that one before. And I was sort of coming of age when it came out. And I always assumed it was kind of overhyped. Okay. And it genuinely holds up. It's really scary. It's really well done.
Yeah. That ending. Yeah.
Pretty good. My gosh. I was like, I have chills. It's really good. And then we're going to throw that number 5 spot. You know what? We're going to call it The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
There we go. John Carpenter's Thing. I think that was 6, but that's good.
House was just in my like, if you want something crazy, watch Blood Diner.
It wasn't officially on the list. Okay, so this one, so it's a top 5 and something crazy. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, congratulations, you knocked it out. 31 movies, 31 days. Yeah. That, you know what? This might be a new Halloween tradition that I might have to adopt and do next year, because you came up with something very interesting to keep you mentally occupied for 2020, and I commend you for that. That was amazing. That was the best part of it. Hitting Halloween at the end of this year and really feeling like, no, I did stuff. I watched a ton of scary movies. Yeah. We also watched like less scary, like we watched like Elvira, and we watched like Addams Family. So there was a little of both, which was I recommend. I think I like horror movies, but I think cramming that many horror movies in your brain might be. Your left eye's been twitching since the start of the show. So
sure. Yeah.
But that's awesome.
It's fun though. I recommend it. But also I was really like November 1st hit and we were like, I'm kind of relieved. Like there's something stressful about I have to watch a movie.
Binge all that horror. So you're finally on the other side of it. I mean,
I'm gonna just watch some Schitt's Creek for a while and like mellow.
That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm on season 2. No spoilers.
Okay, no spoilers. How you liking it?
So far, so good. I'm loving it. I'm like this. I can see why. Maybe not why it's swept, but I can see that it's better than I thought it would be. So I'm excited that I got started with it. And I can't wait to see where it goes.
I haven't seen the 4th season yet, so I'm curious to see what made it so award worthy. But
the two love interests on there, that's like they've really upped their game. I always call everybody the new Ross and Rachel whenever they're going to be together, but they're going to try to figure out ways to keep them apart.
Who's the love interest?
The girl at the counter that works there at the hotel.
Oh. Yeah, just keep watching.
Just keep watching. Yeah, okay. You can tell this that like they should be together. Maybe they shouldn't. They're gonna figure out clever ways to keep them apart. They're Ross and Rachel, but they've done it in a
They're
more
not. They're
clever
not Ross
way.
and Rachel. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but they don't really go that path as hard as you think.
Oh, we got a cool question. I'm gonna save Victor. I'm gonna save that for a little bit close to the end. I'll save that a little bit later. That's a good question. Let me let's move on to the next next up because otherwise we're gonna go on a whole Shit's Creek conversation here. But if you don't mind, what was that? Okay, we have another topic that we're gonna rush through real quick. But before we go there, guys, give Amy a congratulations on her 31 movies for Halloween thing. She crushed it. Maybe there's a tradition that you guys have at home that you do with movies. You watch films for a certain holiday or your birthday or whatever the situation is. Give us some ideas. Let us know what to watch, and let's just keep talking. Maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. All right, Amy, what is the next topic of the week?
During a recent interview with Collider, Anne Hathaway discussed why she thought Zoe Kravitz was the perfect choice for the Batman's Catwoman. She said the following: "If you saw the picture of her coming down those stairs, right? Yeah, she doesn't need my advice. If I had any advice, it would be literally don't listen to anybody, because I think the only way to play that role is to give your version of it. All of us had different directors, and all of our interpretations were specific to the films that they were in. Kind of like My Grand High Witch is specific to Bob Zemeckis, and Angela Huston's is specific to Nicolas Roeg's, and that's great." The Witch's star also noted the legacy of the equally iconic DC live-action character, the Joker. That was such a classy answer.
Yeah,
I like Anne Hathaway. I feel like she's really good at just sort of just holding it down, just being kind of as gracious and classy as you kind of want her to be. She's still the Princess of Genovia in my heart and soul. So
the Princess of Genovia. What movie is this?
I'm so sorry. Pause the show entirely. We're gonna cancel this the rest of the episode, and Chris and I are gonna watch Princess Diaries.
Is that what that's for? Oh, Prince. I think I saw the first one.
Yeah, you're good if that's it. The second one's cute, but the first one is iconic. I love that movie.
I was stalling because I had to fix the lower third. There's something weird going on. Like 2020 is really this crazy week has been trying to mess up the program here. I set the lower thirds, the visuals and everything, but something happened. It didn't save, so I had to stall and fix that real quick. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything because I think
you could have gotten away with that for real. But
I like to be honest.
So Anne Hathaway, I think, gave a really classy answer. No, I really like. I'm happy for you, but no, just talking.
Anne Hathaway hasn't responded to me yet, so I have to. So it's Perry Nemiroff all the way.
So, all right, but just talking real quick about the answer Anne Hathaway gave, I really just thought it was classy and it was nice, and I think especially with superhero stuff, but with movies in general, and movies anybody's hyped about, people get so like, this person's going to be good, this person's going to be bad, this person did a bad job. And as an actor, and I think I may have spoken to this to some degree on the channel before, it's like, very rarely is an actor's performance bad solely because they were a bad actor.
Right.
Like, they're just doing their best to match a director's vision. So I thought it was just a nice reminder of like, A, Zoe Kravitz is going to be great, like, or, you know, do her best. Like, she's objectively a pretty good pick for the role. And then to also just go, look, she's going to do her own thing. It's a different movie. It's a different, like, version of this franchise. She's going to serve the director's vision. I just thought it was how I wish people would talk about this type of stuff a bit more, rather than, you know, really coming down on an actor for like, well, they sucked and this Catwoman was better. It's like, they did their best with what the director gave them, what they were trying to, you know, do, what the editor made them look like. You know, there's so many cooks in the kitchen making a movie. Right. So
yeah, I agree that there absolutely are situations where you have a great director, great staff, a great team, a cast, and there could be one or two in the bunch that stands out that they're not holding their own, I guess, next to there are some people who are bad actors. Anne Hathaway isn't one of them. I don't think anyone who's been cast as Catwoman has ever failed. Not even Halle Berry. Halle Berry's she's a proven actor. She's an Oscar winner. That movie failed. That example that you gave, that movie failed because of the vision, the direction that they put forward.
No, I don't think anyone blames Halle Berry for that movie, and
people
rightfully so.
absolutely blamed her for that movie.
Oh, well.
After it
I
first,
feel like now, though.
yeah, but when,
Like, you know what I mean? There's like, that's true, they did, but like, it didn't tarnish her career. People aren't like Halle Berry. People blamed her for the movie, but people didn't hold it against her. Like Halle Berry,
she totally. I appreciate the way Halle Berry flipped it when she got nominated for a Razzie and she showed up with her Oscar and accepted it. So that was it.
That's a power move, and I love that.
You are 100% forgiven for that Catwoman. But Anne Hathaway was right. Each one of them were different. This one's going to be different too. All the reasons to be disappointed or mad that they're changing a little bit of Catwoman's background and stuff. It's just ridiculous. They've already done it on the cartoon and the comic book, and people love the Harley Quinn cartoon, and Catwoman's black, and what. So but I'll give fans credit. They're not as bad about it as they used to be. I haven't heard much hate on it. For the most part, people are excited about it, and I'm glad we're starting to accept it. Michelle Pfeiffer's not coming back, guys. And
you know what? Zoe Kravitz doing it will not erase what Michelle Pfeiffer did. Like, right. I think that's the biggest thing for me to keep in mind is you can say I prefer this to this, but acting like, well, they can't do that because it's like it's not going to hurt the thing you love.
Yeah, it wasn't just that.
Be like Halle Berry. Just let it roll off your back. Yeah. Show up with your Oscar and watch the movie. And
every Catwoman has been different from the other one. Even on the same TV show with the Batman show, they were all different from each other. When Eartha Kitt played it and other actresses played it, and it's been great for the most part. Their averages have been been pretty good so far. Question is, guys, let us know what you guys think about Zoe, about that interview, about my Collider crush, whatever you guys want to talk about it. Maybe we will talk about it some more. And we will definitely be talking about it a little bit later. But let's talk about it again on We Got Your Mail. So without further ado, save me from my Collider crush thing, and let's move on to the next.
We are so beyond that, but past the point of saving. But Daryl Hammond paid special tribute to film legend Sean Connery upon news of his death and reminisced about parodying him on Saturday Night Live several years ago. Connery, best known as the first actor to play James Bond on screen, died at age 90 in the Bahamas. Sorry to hear of the passing of Sean Connery. My condolences to his family, Hammond wrote on Twitter. The show alum played Connery several times on the NBC late-night comedy series in the 90s and 2000s, appearing alongside Will Ferrell's Alex Trebek in a Celebrity Jeopardy recurring sketch. Hammond's character always sparred with the game show host by making inappropriate jokes about him and his mother and messing up the titles of Jeopardy categories. He reprised the role on SNL's 40th anniversary special in 2015. Always loved doing my silly impressions of him on SNL, and I heard he once spoke highly of me on The Tonight Show, Hammond wrote on Instagram. Thanks for making me look better than I am, man. R.I.P. Mr. Connery, you wear me out. You didn't say that last night when I was pumping Moo Goo Gai Pan all over your tonsils.
Wow. It was funny that he even in that tweet he still kept the theme going.
Yeah. I didn't even try the accent. It was just gonna go too off the rails too. I was like, it's like 8 words, but I do not trust myself.
Say that last night. I mean, no.
There you go. I should have had you jump in for it.
You know what? I know that I went off on the off the rails a little bit on the last topic, but on the theme of the level 7 thing, here's a weird situation. Did you know that a lot of people in the black community, a lot of females love Sean Connery? You know how many? It was a weird thing. It was like, I know a lot of women love Sean Connery, but a lot of black ladies, every time I brought it up, oh, I love Sean. Like the guy's like 80 something years old or 70 something years old at the time. That every 20 something year old black girl, I don't care. Oh, that man was so sexy. I'm like, really? I am competing with Sean Connery. That man.
One time my grandma, like in the middle of a discussion out of nowhere, started talking about how much she liked Sean Connery. So
women love Sean Connery, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like that. Every girl I asked was like that fine wine. I had to, after a while when I was dating, I had to stop bringing up Sean Connery. It was
That's smart. That's smart.
I couldn't compete. Like,
I mean, he's the original James Bond. Like, I feel like that in and of itself gets you like an unlimited Pussy Pass.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't one of those movies like called? Was that one of his movies that was called Octopussy or something like that? Or was
There
that
we go. I was like, oh, I shouldn't say that, but yes, Octopussy. I'm not sure if that was Sean Connery or not. My James Bond knowledge is limited.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know, Victor.
I'm not like I like this. I like the movies, but I'm not like a hardcore. I've seen a couple.
You're just looking at just for the Sean Connery. But I love my favorite Sean Connery movie to this day, because I know we're gonna talk about it later on. We Got Your Vote. That's one of the things. What was my favorite one? The one that I saw. It was in. If I would have voted, it would have been the Indiana Jones one. That was the movie that made me a funny thing, guys. You know that in the future I'm gonna probably catch up to the first two Indiana Jones movies. I'm gonna do a first time watching. I've seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade with Sean Connery, but I've never seen the first two. I saw the third Indiana Jones movie was my first Indiana Jones movie. That to me is the first one. But rest in peace, Sean Connery. That was it was sad. He lived to hear that he went, but it was he lived a full life. I know that towards the end he kind of retired from filming. I heard that the movie one of the last movies that he did was what was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That movie's not being as successful as he kind of wanted it to, because I think he was one of the producers. It was like I heard that it was kind of a blow to his heart that he was hopeful that movie would franchise and do better. Was well received, but I loved it. I loved that movie, but I wished. Thank you, Victor. Octopussy was Roger Moore, but I wish.
Had a feeling. Thank you.
I wish that he would have done more with that franchise. So, but oh well. Maybe one day we'll get a reboot. Maybe they'll honor him in some way.
And truly does live on through that Celebrity Jeopardy impression, which I feel like as a kid I saw before I like really had a concrete idea of who Sean Connery was.
And I think he was in on it. I think he liked, if I remember correctly, I think he loved it. He loved that impersonation of it too. And
well, it's so heightened and silly and just like knockout funny, like so hysterical. But yeah, how could you not?
Like he knows that Sean Connery had a female. That's what it was. Sean Connery had a female lead named Pussy Galore. That's what it was. It wasn't
that's Goldfinger.
Yeah, we go. I bet it was. That was a good thing. Until next time, guys. Peace. Where's that outro button? There it is.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.